And here it is, the Sachs Roadster 800.
Sachs, right. They're Austrian, Sachs, yeah?
They are.
Okay, that engine is a Suzuki.
Indeed, all the way from Japan.
Yeah. That front caliper down there is a Gramica.
From Spain.
From Spain, yeah. Tyres are Pirelli from there, Italian. So a bit of a mishmash, really.
It's got to be a very confused motorcycle. Hopefully it isn't. I guess there's only one way to see how all this lot mixes together, and that's to get out and ride it.
I think you should.
Now the Sachs is the second cheapest motorcycle here, so this has to count in its favour somehow. After all, commuters should be about getting a good bargain. Pay peanuts, however, and there's often a chance all you'll get is a monkey, which does suggest that perhaps this bike may be on the iffy side. First impressions suggest this may not be the case, however. Up front, we've got a nice set of chunky upside-down forks, 320mm discs, natty spoke wheels, and moving back, at the heart of it all, there's that nice 805cc chunky V-twin motor, all wrapped up in styling that's not going to set the world on fire, but in black and chrome, looks kind of all right. So far, this all sounds pretty good, but you hop on the bike and things can change a little bit. First of all, those clocks and the instruments all look fairly cheap, and also the bars are almost on a level with the seat. Not entirely, but it's a long stretch out to the front there, and it's not a very comfortable perch that the bike throws you into. Originally found in Suzuki's VX800, which was never the greatest of bikes, this motor now makes its way into the Sachs. Now, let's just have a listen to it. Well, I don't know how your idea of a chunky V-twin sounds, but to me, this sounds more like a ride-on lawnmower. And sadly, the riding experience doesn't get an awful lot better. It really is rather flat. Out on the road, I was doing my best to like the Sachs. I was trying to find advantages. I was trying to find out where its good points lay. I was struggling to find things. It wasn't terrible. It was going from A to B. We were getting on okay. And then the front brake packed up completely. That was the last straw, frankly. Modern bikes and freshly prepared test bikes should not behave this way. All I wanted to do was get off it, get back home quick. All of this adds up to a bike which, although it may leave your bank balance smiling, isn't so likely to do the same for you. There are some nice components in there, and the styling's not so bad either. But you put it all together and you're left with a package that as a whole is really rather uninspiring. I wouldn't be putting my money on one of these. Styling, 7 out of 10. From many angles, this is actually quite a smooth looking motorcycle for what it is, and it's certainly its strongest point. Performance, 6 out of 10. Adequate is about as good as it gets. Practicality, 5 out of 10. It's a bit difficult to get on with in town thanks to the length, and also it's not especially comfortable. Value, 6 out of 10. It is a cheap motorcycle, but there are a lot of better things you could be doing with £5,000.
Oh dear, 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 Wazza. What a shame. You're not happy, are you?
Don't get me started on this one. I'd like to be objective about it. As a motorcycle, it nearly works, and I didn't find it very exciting.
No.
But man, when that front brake disappeared halfway through riding it, I've had enough of this thing.
I think the least said about that, the better. And that is all for part one. At the moment, Honda's CBF 600 and Motor Guzz's Breva are in joint first position. But still to come, we'll be looking at Honda's Deauville and BMW's F650 CS. So join us in a couple of minutes to see how these stack up against the rest.